Hi, welcome. In this session, we're going to build a Windows Forms application to solve the following problem. So, assuming the question says develop a Windows Forms application in C# to apply addition operations on two positive numbers. The interface should include 3 boxes. 2 are used as inputs and the third one as an output. The calculation should take place when the event click happens on the button. Show a proper message to the user if they enter a negative value. So keeping that in mind, let's move to Visual Studio. Okay, so now I'm going to create Windows Forms application, File, New Project. We scroll down to Windows Forms app, and then we click Next. Let's give the name as just simple calculator. Create. Okay, so here my Windows application is ready. So I'm going to prepare or to design my interface first. So I need a button and I need 3 text boxes and with the 3 labels. So let me put the labels, and here is my text box. Okay, so copy, paste, copy, paste. So this is going to be the third value. Okay, so for now, this is my form. Okay, so now this is going to be number 2, and here is the output or the result. Okay, and since this one, I don't want the user to be able to access it or to edit it, so I'm going to disable editing for this one. Okay, so I'm going to disable it. So later the user won't be able to key in any information. And this is a button for calculate. Okay, keep it enabled. And now we go to the text, calculate. Okay, let me run my application just to observe how the design looks like. Okay, so here we go. You see here, the user won't be able to edit or to insert any value. Okay, so this might need a little bit of increasing the size. Okay, so I want to give name for my button. So I go to the name attribute or property and then give name btn calc. And now I come back here, double click, and here we go. So now what I'm going to do first, I need to get the values from the user interface, right? So as I'm dealing with text boxes, so whatever content is there is going to be as a string. So let me first get the numbers as string. Okay, so this is str num1, and then I didn't name my components, so just I'm going to use textbox1 dot text dot trim. Also, I like to use this to make sure there's no empty spaces. String str num2 textbox2 dot text dot trim. Okay, so now here we go. I got my values. Now I need to convert these strings into integers. So I'm going to create another 2 variables. One is num1, convert to integer, and then str num1. And then I go to the second value, make the conversion, convert to integer, 32 str num2. Okay, now we're almost done. Now I need to check if this is a negative value. Of course, now I can actually I'm not sure if this is a number or not. Probably I can add more constraint to check upon if this is a digit or not. But now just I'm going to assume the numbers have been inserted are just digits. I mean, are a form of digits. So for now, I'm only going to check whether these are negative or not. So in order to do, I use if condition. str num1 is less than 0. Sorry, I don't need the string. I need num1 less than 0. Then what I need to do, I need to show a message to the user. So message box dot show cannot have a negative value. Okay, so I can do the same for both. So if num1 less than or equals 0 or num2 is less than 0, then do the same thing. Now I don't want to resume the execution for my method or for my event, just I need to quit, so I can say return. Otherwise, just I'm going to call for txt box3.text and then have num1 plus num2. Okay, and finally I need to do conversion. So convert to string num1 and num2. So that's it. Let's run the application and do some testing. So 1 and 2, I got 3. Now if I insert -2, then I get cannot have a negative value, right? So nothing gonna happen. So I have to ensure I have 2 positive values in order to have the calculation done. Right now, same here. If I do the testing, again, cannot have a negative value. Okay, so this is in regards for the first part of the question. Now we check the additional work that we can do is as an exercise of working with the radio button, where we can enable user to choose the operation, whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So let's do it. So I'm going back to the design as I need to do some changes. Okay, so I'm going to add radio button. Okay, I can also add some group as a frame. Let me see. Okay, so here is a group box. And then I can put all inside. Okay, let me just have this up here and then calculate down. So this one is going to be, let's say, the default. So I'm going to put it as true. And I'm going to show the text as plus. So this is minus. And same we need to have for, let's say, multiplication and division. And for this one, operation. Okay, so let me test the design first. Okay, so the behavior looks normal, everything as expected, right? Where only one radio button should be checked and the rest shouldn't be checked, right? So now the design looks fine. Of course, here I got an error because I have an empty string. Okay, so now we are ready to do the changes required. So now, before I do this calculation, right, I need to check what choice of operation the user has made. So now, in order to do so, I need to check the radio buttons, right? So I'm going to give some proper naming for my buttons. Okay, so this is add, and for this one is RDBTN subtraction, and then for this one is multiplication, RDBTN multi, and then finally RDBTN division or divide. Okay, so I'm almost ready. I need now just to do proper changes. So if I need to check RDBTN add is checked, right? Then I need to do this part. Now, else if I can check RDBTN sub the checked, then I need to do this part again with minus, and then else if RDBTN multi is checked, then I need to do multiplication. And finally, let's say if I need to have it as a default operation, then just I can have divide. Of course, here I can put more conditions since I have a division, so it would be better to have if num2 is not equal 0, right? Then I can do this one. Otherwise, I'm supposed actually to show the user some message, right? So I need to tell him else message box dot show, and then I need to tell him cannot divide by 0. Right, but now this is going to be confusing the compiler, so I need to put, since I have more syntax here, okay, so I'm ready to go. Let's test the application, see how it works. Okay, so this is 1, 2, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, if I divide by 0, then I will get an error, cannot divide by 0, right? Now, if I divide 1 by 2, then I'm going to get 0, and simply because I have integer, right? So I'm treating these numbers as integer, so integer divided by integer is integer. So 1 divided by 2 as integer, the result is 0 as integer. So if I need to treat these, if I need to get the fraction, I need to treat these as float or double, okay? But cannot use integer data type. Okay, so that's all. Thank you for watching.